Television, the thing that's been having our attentions for decades on end. It's a nice way to settle down after taking your 20-hour McDonald's shift or just got done serving in the front lines in the military. Then you notice something. You take a closer look at your screen, squint your eyes, and are like, this ain't Shaggy. I'm all for cultural appreciation, but there gotta be a limit. So I gotta go over some of the worst casting choices. So Black Shaggy actually made his appearance in the Velma series, or Norville, since they renamed him. But that's actually his canon name, so I don't actually know. Now making Shaggy black, that's actually pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. But there's just a couple problems here. First, we're gonna have to start off with the lineup. You know, if you're gonna add a black man in the show, their hair gotta be on point. We're very misrepresented. And not only did they decide to give him the high top of doom, they gave him wigs. This abomination of a cut, whoever came up with this needs to be fired. They could have gave my boy the sleek back, could have gave him the curly, they could have even gave him the buzz cut or the Caillou special. Anything is looking better than this. This is the worst representation ever. Like, look at the backlash from the Killmonger cut. This is trash. Not to mention, Scooby's not even the show. They just took him behind somewhere and just offed him off screen. This was like a missed opportunity to put him in and name him Chop. Maybe that's crazy. Also, I just noticed something, right? The show's named Scooby-Doo and Scooby's nowhere to be found. Like, what are we doing? But now everything's so bad. They gave Daphne a little upgrade. You know, I like that. You know, that's cool. I think Velma's Indian now. That's great too. Very nice choices. Oh yeah, and they made Fred white. I think he was already white though, so like you just can't take away the nostalgia from the fan base. You just can't change something. They should have just made this a whole new series or a whole new timeline. Probably is, but just make these all new characters based on Shaggy, on Scooby. Name him Chop, name him Jabari, name the other Isabella, and I think it's a new series already. I think that's a much great idea, and they should just hire me to be the producer. I'll be doing a much better job. But hey, that's just me. Now we're gonna have to move on to the next pick. We got Last of Us, right? Now, let's be honest. We all know that's not Ellie, bro. That's not Joel. That's not Joey. To be honest, they should have casted Ellie as Abby. She looks way more like Abby. You know, they just needed to muscular her up, and yeah, she would have been the second coming of Abby. So every time I watched it, I just couldn't get over the fact that that's just not Ellie, man. Just look at her. That's Abby. Now, I wasn't the biggest Last of Us fan. I played the first game up until like the daughter passed away and I got lost somewhere in there, so I stopped playing it. I saw a little of the second game. A lot of people hate on the second game because Joel died in it, and yes, that's probably the main reason for all those saying the story was just not hitting. No, it's because Joel died. That's why you hated the game. Also, not to if you really think about it, the plot of Last of Us really don't even make a lot of sense. You know, the reason they got Joel is because he killed the father of Abby, which is valid because he was about to kill this girl for a vaccine, which they was not getting for everybody but themselves, probably because they acted like they was about to mass produce this vaccine. Like, bro, let's keep it a stack, bro. That was not happening. If I was in Joel's position, I'm doing the same thing. You was not like, what are you talking about, a vaccine? The difference is the game is fun to play and the show is just it's hard to watch if you've played the games, because that's not Ellie, and they just have dumb episodes. Like, have you seen episode 3? Yeah, I don't understand what, bro. I'm just telling you, bro. If I was the producer, I would do a much better job. But that doesn't even come close to the #1 spot. The #1 spot that I had the disprivilege of watching is Avatar: The Last Airbender, 2010. All I'm gonna say is, if I could get my time back from ever watching that horrendous of a film, I would. There's so many problems with it. Why is the Fire Nation only able to control fire when there's a fire nearby? Like, that's the most useless ability ever. Why couldn't they just stay canon to the show? Why? I don't know. CGI maybe? Or the writers are just stupid. And why is the Earth Nation out here fighting in why are they fighting like this? Just thinking about this film just starts boiling energy inside me of how trash this is. I need to sue these people. So I'll be filing my lawsuit today. I'll be suing them for a defamation of character. They weren't properly represented to the animated show that I watched as a child. They ruined it for me. I can't even watch it to this day after watching that trash. It ruined it. I'd like to be compensated $3 billion for damages, nothing less. And I think we could call that even. I'm the hero not everybody wants, but needs. I'll be giving this series justice. Put the money in my pocket and I'll do a much better job. Wait, what was that? They got a show too? Oh, well, I guess I'll just have to sue them instead.
I'm gonna beat my meat.